everything is sinking up, 'cause it's Sunday. Yeah!
Woohoo!
It's Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. Are we ready, folks?
We turn it up just a little bit, see
yeah.
where
Yeah.
our volume levels are.
Here you go. Woo whoop!
Cool. Think we can
Sounds
hear
good,
everything
yeah.
okay? So you guys have probably noticed, we're running a little behind today.
Just a little bit, but that's okay.
Figuring some things out.
Yeah. We're just doing what we do. Oh, you forgot your root beer.
Oh, I think I'll be good for right now. Thank you.
You have some of mine if you want.
Yeah, I'll take a sip of yours. Well, hello there.
Hi.
How are you doing today, Mrs.
Doing pretty
Vibinwells?
good, Mr. Vibinwell. How are you doing?
Doing all right?
Yeah?
Yeah, it's been a very eventful week for us.
Mm-hmm.
We've had a lot of incredible conversations between the two of us, getting some things finalized in our minds and in our brains about what it is that we're trying to do moving forward with ourselves, right now.
As one does.
Thank you guys again for tuning in to
Yes, thank you guys.
these live streams and
Thank you so much.
tapping into our life a little bit.
Greatly appreciate you guys spending your time and your energy and, with everything that's going on and what the world is doing and what's happening.
Right.
It means a lot for you guys to take the time out of your day and your schedule to
That's right.
come join us and everything. So, should we go ahead and start talking about what we've kind of put into the works a little bit? I mean,
A lot of it now.
Everything is pretty darn new, but just wanting to share it with the world now.
Yeah.
We've done the private invitation, so to speak. We
started that process. We still have plenty more to go, but this is our first, opportunity to kind of just put it out there to the world. So Sarah and I have been talking about a lot about the arts and a lot about our mission in life, and we have a very special day coming up, September 13th.
September 13th!
Which just happens to be Sarah's birthday.
It is my birthday, but it's also on a Sunday, and that's one of the main reasons why we chose that day.
Right.
Because it's on Sunday, so we can spend time with all of our friends and people like you.
Like you. Yeah. And so for your birthday, we were talking about what could we do? We can't really throw a big party.
Throw a shindig.
Yeah.
We can't really have a big event. Travel doesn't seem like it's in the cards right now.
Right.
So what better than to hold space so that others can get together, get to be spotlit, get to have some vibes shining down on them. And yeah, I love the idea of having everything virtual and having it so that people can share in the day with me. But also, I really want to just see some fantastic artists doing what they do. And
I know we've been limited with not being able to go out to shows.
Yeah,
and
I haven't got to see a live performance in such a long
live performances.
time.
We were just kind of gaining some momentum on the island for our business, Island Vibe Studios, where we got to go out and shoot all these amazing
almost
videos.
Every weekend, guys. Like we were
There's
going.
a lot going on this island when it comes to events, and it was really sad to see that most of those venues have been closing down. Some people behind those movements have been moving off island, and energy is changing in different directions, which I think is very necessary right now. But we saw that there was this void and this opportunity to kind of give everybody something to look forward to and something to kind of put their minds on positively in a positive way.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, and also being really, really safe, so it's one of those things where we've done a bunch of video work in the past for a bunch of artists, and we definitely want to highlight them. And with this online event that we're creating, it's like we get to have a little bit like a twofer. It's like we at least in my eyes, what I would like to see. Well,
yeah, why don't we go through
let's go through it first.
So we built this invitation.
Yeah.
It was our way of kind of compiling all of our thoughts in a cohesive way so that we could go through this together and kind of explain what our attempt is for September 13th on Sunday.
Yeah. So do you want me just to play the flyer?
Well, I think the flyer's not going to show up in the right format, so you're just going to have to, we'll just go through it slide by slide right now. We don't have the means to play it. But so here's our idea, Vibe Fair.
Vibe Fair. Vibe Fair.
And so this is Vibe Fair, a virtual arts celebration.
Yes. Help us celebrate the arts by showcasing your craft and sharing your story.
That's right.
September 13th.
September 13th. And we created this in Canva, guys. We actually...
Oh, yeah.
The original form of this is...
well, because I have it here. Can I play it?
As soon as you go back one more, and then you'll see it'll go to a different format where it might be a little too big.
Oh, like it might cut off just a little bit?
We'll see.
Okay, so we've got... It's pretty cool. It's pretty animated. We had a lot of fun getting everything together.
Right now, the format isn't suited for what we have set up on OBS, so it's all cut off right now. But you can kind of see the animation, what was going on.
And how it kind of just goes back and forth. And it was we got it to the point where we could put everything in this animated style for a minute, and we had the ability to text message it. So it's very compressed and it's easy to share, which is pretty awesome. But yeah, so it just kind of, we've got some little animations and
it was a lot of fun. We spent a good 2 days kind of getting all of the ideas together on this, in this way. And now we're excited to share it with you guys and kind of talk about what we mean behind the name Vibe Fair and what this virtual celebration is all about.
Exactly. So the ideas for the original approved content.
Yes.
We definitely are looking for original content just because we want the ability to rebroadcast, and not only will it be live on September 13th, and we're definitely hoping to have the artists join us so that we can do either like a screen and screen or some kind of ability to have done the video, broadcast the video, and let everybody see, who this artist is and what they do, but then to be able to like open it up and also be able to answer the questions that people might have or fans might have. Or
so let's go through the slide here and just kind of read through it, and then we can elaborate a little bit more as we go.
Okay, go ahead.
Do you think that'd be a good way to approach
Absolutely
kind of explaining what all this means?
Go for it, dude.
So Vibe Fair, celebrate the arts and share your vibes with us.
Yeah.
Ideas for original approved content, live performance, highlight video, a music video, short film, interviews, submission parameters.
So do you want to break that down?
Yeah, sure. We can break that down a little bit. So when we're talking about ideas for original content, we're basically trying to challenge everyone to think of creative ways of showcasing their art, right? We're always doing that anyways, through YouTube tutorials, teaching us how to make our own GIFs, or teaching us how to, interact with our fans more.
How to use OBS.
How to use OBS and new technologies. Like, there's all these different facets of trying to get your artistry out there to the world so that people can be inspired by it and share in that craft, right? And so throughout our experience, we've been able to kind of facilitate live performances, capturing live performances through video, putting highlight videos together of previous performances
or an entire event,
music videos that we work hand in hand with the artist on where the locations are,
how they want it shot and what the concept is.
Short films, you know, using a cinematic eye as a way to use that creativity
to
tell a story that maybe isn't so linear and like, hey, there's this performance, check it out.
Right.
Maybe there's a story leading up to a performance.
I know, like some kind of journey. You guys, I'm all about the hero's journey. Like, I can't.
We're big on the hero's journey. We're big on documentaries.
Like, I mean, and especially with like COVID and with Black Lives Matters and you know, all of these important. I don't want to say. Movements. Yep. These important movements in our life. I think that if someone chooses to do a short film, maybe just throwing this out there, one of my ideas was just kind of how you are getting through being an artist during this time of COVID or during this time of Black Lives Matters movement, or, you know, whatever your main focus is, whatever pings you, whatever like, you know, just jolts you alive and it sparks your passion. You know, we would love to see what your creative eye sees and what your creative mind thinks, and just to kind of give you a platform to show the whole world what you do, what you believe in, and what you're passionate about.
Right, and so we're not, as we get through the rest of these parameters, we're really wanting this to be a very open, creative space.
Yeah.
So any combination of these things could help tell your story.
Totally.
And we're really looking for your true artistry to shine through, and for you to tell your story in a unique way that appeals to you and that you think, you know, you're excited to get behind and you're excited to be a part of, you know, because right now we're all kind of in this space of like, what's going to happen next, and how are we going to, you know, put food on the table, and how are we going to keep our careers, and how are we going to do all these things. And, you know, I think artists in general, you know, those who are kind of striving every day to put out original content or put themselves out there, they're kind of already, they've been in this struggle for maybe a little while now. And it's a unique opportunity, I think, for everyone to share how they're coping, like you said.
Yeah.
How they're coping with this new world that we're living in.
This isolated feeling.
But also to be challenged in a new way, and to think about their situation maybe in a unique way. To be able to express themselves differently. Because there's so many multifaceted artists that we know.
Oh my gosh, we know so many artists who are into not only painting or singing or sculpting or, I mean, dancing, and
we know artists that do all of that stuff together.
Yes.
And that is the complete picture of their artistry, is they tap into all of those. They
are who they are in every single capacity, like every single facet. It's like, I mean, even like Julia Cost, like she is a phenomenal painter, artist. She's been doing textile work for a few months now, and she's also a phenomenal dancer. And I'm sure this is the tip of the iceberg. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. And like Sierra, you know, with her earrings, like Sierra does her artistry not only through her voice and her singing and her songwriting, but she's also creating this amazing movement with her jewelry. Like, there's so many people who do so many different things, and we want to be able to give you a platform to, like,
showcase
just give you a megaphone, give you a soapbox, give you something to just kind of lift you up, because we believe in you and we think that you are so special, and we think that the world needs to see who you are, what you do, so that you can inspire others to do as well.
Yeah, and to continue to stay positive throughout this
totally
crazy time that we're living in.
Like, artists are such a phenomenal kind of person, because with every problem you find a solution, and that solution is so creative and it's so inspiring and it's just so unique. And every single time that somebody gets a problem, it's like that person will solve it in their own way. Like, not everybody will solve it the same, and I think it's so cool to see. So Yeah, so I mean, we could do videos on what you're selling too.
Right, and so
like Sierra's
in order to
earrings
create
and...
this content, we're challenging the artists to create it themselves, to do whatever they can, whatever network they have, and they're, you know, able to do at this time, even if it's a simple iPhone or a simple phone or
totally, that's where we
Polaroid,
started.
even if it's just images and speaking over the top of it.
Yeah.
You know, we want to leave this up for interpretation so that you guys can get as creative as you want. The only parameters that we really have are these listed down here.
Which are, we definitely need your name.
Artist name, so definitely include the artist name.
Definitely the artist name.
And whenever we're talking about artists here, we're talking about every single person.
Yeah.
Every single person, man, woman, child, any age, any demographic.
Yeah.
If you feel inspired to create, you are an artist.
Yep.
And we welcome you. And we would like you to be a part of Vibe Fair. So even if you don't consider yourself an artist or creative, and you're just like, you know what, I've been wanting to write this story for a long time, or I've been wanting to share this knitting that I've been doing, or you know,
oh my gosh,
anything that you feel is inspiring to you and creative. You know, we want to keep it in the realm of the arts, to really celebrate the arts. That's what this fair is all about. But yeah, so these parameters, we definitely want your artist name, your location, where you at in the world,
location.
Not just to people here on the island, but people abroad. We have such a wide spectrum of friends and family all over the world now, and so we're reaching out to everyone. Your
artist Venmo. So we want to be able to, you know, put up on the screen, letting people know who you are and how they can donate to you and how they can support you. So that could be something else to put in the video too, if there's something specific that you guys are wanting to get out to your fan base or your followers.
And so as long as you provide that Venmo information for us, we'll be able to transpose that onto whatever content you give us. We'll be able to put that right over the top of it, so everyone knows not only who you are as an artist, maybe where you're located, but also how they can support your movement. And if you have, as we go down the list here, your social handles, you want to make sure to include those, because we're going to be tagging everyone in all the posts that we make. But also to add that to your content, so people can quickly find you right when they get inspired. And, oh man, I love that artwork, or
right away.
Oh man, I love that song, or you know, so that people have the least amount of friction when they're trying to get a hold of you. So we want all of those social handles, the artist Venmo, and then we also want you to, if you're inspired to choose to have a charity of your choice. Right now there are many, like Sarah was talking about, many great movements that are advocating for change and for justice and for peace, and for the livelihood of all human beings and all life on earth. There's so many things that are not going right with the world, and there's so many incredible movements that are doing whatever they can to help right those wrongs. And so this is a great opportunity for you to share what charities you're passionate about and what movements you would like to kind of thrust out there in the spotlight, along with yourself.
Exactly. And the next would be the music, the photo, and the video credits. So if you are collaborating with other artists, or if you are just, you know, getting help from here and there, and you know, working together, banding together, and supporting one another, that's exactly what we want to do as well. So if you guys are getting some assistance from others, please let us know who they are, so that way more people can use them in the future. And you know, it's all just this inner working, collective, collaborative type of situation that we just want to band together and, you know, really have this movement strong of these artists helping artists in a time such as this, where everything is online and it's hard to get together with people.
And so yeah, definitely make sure to add all those credits, who's doing what. Even if you're the one doing all of it, definitely put that on there.
Put it on there.
And we'll make sure to give everyone proper credit, and we won't be we won't be owning any of this content.
Oh, no,
you will always own 100% of all of this content.
Always. All yours.
This is only to celebrate what you guys are doing. And this is the best way we've figured out how to support and to, give our energy and our passion towards something. We're learning this live stream stuff. We're learning this technology. And so we want to help the artists put themselves out there more.
Totally. Next is going to be at least one still photo, which is either a PNG or a JPEG. So whenever we get all that information from you, it's kind of like a little calling card, a little
I'm gonna move this up a little bit so you can see.
A little ability to to have the ability to kind of put everything in one spot and be able to let people know when you guys are going to be live on September 13th. All our submissions will have like a still photo, and so that just helps us with social media push, and it helps us to just let everyone know when, where, and who is going to be coming up next.
And since we're going to be curating all of this content and stringing it together for one large broadcast, if you guys are familiar with SNL, anytime they have live music performances, there's normally this there's typically a still image of that artist in some kind of studio, and they're doing something goofy, and it's a still image, and they're all creative, like a little kind of like a candid moment, but a little more intentional,
artsy.
Yeah, and so that's a great example of a type of profile image that we're looking for, something that's creative, that shows who you are.
And maybe a little space for text, so it doesn't necessarily have to be just like a 8x10 photo of your face. It could be, just kind of like over to the side, and then like all this area right here can have our Venmo and stuff. You like that?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the last thing for now, because this is just off the top of our heads.
Right, we're still developing,
trying to
and we're still putting it all together. This is just the next step and stage. You guys get to come along this journey with us from start to finish.
You guys are going to be from start to finish and see all of our mess ups and all of our successes and the whole thing. But the video itself needs to be in MP4 or a movie format, and up to 15 minutes.
Yep.
So, this could be, like a little bitty 1-minute video of what you've been working on and a particular painting that inspired you during this time. And it's just a little 1-minute promo.
And that's it.
And that's
totally great.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. Greatly appreciate it.
But you also have up to 15 minutes if you want to get crazy and sit
tell
there
a whole story and
tell a story with a little more depth and a little more length. You're welcome to do that as well.
Totally.
We're looking to accommodate that for this Vibe Fair.
Yes. So all in between. If you only feel up to doing 30 seconds, hey, that's going to be the best 30 seconds that we've seen from you, and that's going to be wonderful. Right. If you want to go all the way up to 14:59, go for it, because we will show it, and we will house it, and we will put it out there for the world to see.
And it's like the combination of those bullet points at the top of the ideas for original approved content.
Yeah. Just
to give you an example, you could have an intro of like, let's say 1 or 2 minutes, where it's just showing you you kind of introducing yourself, telling your story in an interview fashion, just you and a camera.
Right.
And then the next content that's a part of that is a small performance that you had at a coffee shop or at a gallery that you got to be a part of, or and so that's the next 2 or 3 minutes of that performance. And then maybe the next one is a music video that's fully edited and put together and produced and everything else. All that content we would like to curate and put together for you in a row to be able to broadcast that. So that's another idea. Even if you don't have the means to necessarily edit all of that content together yourself, if you're able to get that to us by the 6th of September, we should be able to put all of that together for you in a cohesive way to edit that together so that we can kind of tell your story the way you want it told.
Right, exactly. So we are all about helping you guys out And we are basically open books. And if you guys have questions, or if you guys come into a problem or whatever happens and you kind of get stuck and you don't know where else to turn or what needs to happen next, shoot us a text, direct message us, give us a call, let us know, and then we'll try our best to help either walk you through it or give you some pointers and try and troubleshoot.
Get you in the right direction.
Yeah, to keep going and keep creating. Like this doesn't have to be like, the ultimatum and I don't know, I can't do it, I'm melting. It doesn't have to be that. It can just be, hey, I've got this really cool thing, thought you guys would like to see it. And of course, we do.
Absolutely, we want to see it and we want to share it. And so just to finish this page here, so we've got original content. We want your true artistry to shine through. At least one online shout out about Vibe Fair. So if you do decide to participate in this year's Vibe Fair, we're asking just one simple shout out. It can be just as little as a little Instagram story, sharing the event, or you just making a small post talking about your participation within it or what you're working on for it. That could be another way to kind of build momentum for your artistry.
Totally.
Events are great for that. Like, hey, I'm gonna be a part of this. Check out my journey as I get set up and I get things together.
That documentary style. That's so cool.
I think people really seem to enjoy the behind the scenes making ofs and the hero's tale and the hero's journey, right?
Exactly. I'm telling you. And then the last portion of this is that submissions will be closed as of September 6th. So that gives us a week to get everything together, curate it, and then we should be able to let you guys know the lineup and how it all kind of came together with the roller coaster ride of content and to where it's spaced out too, because we want to make sure that our dancers are heard and seen. We want to make sure that our painters are heard and seen. We want to make sure that our singer-songwriters are heard and seen. So we know so many people and we know so many artists, and it's not all one genre, and it is so amazing. And sometimes that's the reason why it's Vibe Fair. It's like to each his own, and it's an amazing opportunity to like really feel out different vibrations, because people do emit different vibrations. And once that happens and once we have the lineup, we will be in contact with you guys to let you know when that you should be able to be expecting your submissions to be broadcast, and that way you can get online and you can shout it out and you can let people know. And we haven't said this yet, but I would really like to maybe have it to where we can have like a live Q&A type of,
for whatever artist is on at that time. Maybe build some space in for that. Yeah. We've been talking about some ideas of
how to make
trying to have more of a live,
interactive
process with the Vibe Fair broadcast on the 13th. We're still kind of workshopping, and we'll be keeping you guys posted on what we ultimately decide. But we're trying to negate the issues of living on an island in the middle of the Pacific Ocean and having very unreliable connections and services. So far, we've been very fortunate.
We've been very fortunate
with our live streams, not to like have them completely shut down and crash. And most of that has been user errors, not so much connection. But we still want to have a fail-safe, so if anything does happen, the content is still shared, and the broadcast still happens. So even if it's for whatever reason, worst case scenario, the live streaming portion of it isn't interactive or isn't available
for some reason,
we're going to still be recording a broadcast where we kind of facilitate and talk about the content and kind of share our thoughts on it, but also getting it out there in its proper light.
Exactly. So that was that flyer. Oh, do you want to pull this one down?
I'll pull this next
so
one
the
down.
next part of what we have sent out and what we will be posting today, so you guys can see the flyer as well, is why Are we doing this?
Yeah, why?
Why are we doing this, guys?
Why are we doing it?
Well, we said we were doing it because we believe creativity and love help the world in times like these. And our goal is to uplift the artistic community and share good videos.
Share good vibes. Also share good videos.
Yeah.
But share good vibes.
Share good vibes.
That's what it says. Good job. Good job. Silly girl.
And then how?
How are we gonna do this?
Guys?
We will be editing together all of the submissions and streaming them live at the Vibinwells on September 13th, 2020. And so we're still figuring out all of the platforms that we want to stream on for this. We have some initial ideas of maybe doing an initial live stream broadcast on one platform and then repackaging it and streaming it again on the other platforms. We're still figuring out the logistics of that. But it's a good way for us to kind of learn this process and kind of show our journey along the way, so that other artists who maybe want to put on an event like this, or other organizers, you guys can know what's going on and why things are happening the way they are. Totally. What the real restrictions are,
Is that Christian?
What up, Christian?
Hi, Christian!
Thanks for joining us, bro. We are discussing our Vibe Fair event that's going to be happening September 13th, 2020.
Yeah.
So definitely go back and check out the full broadcast once we get done here. To kind of go in depth with us on what it is that we're looking for. We're basically challenging all of our artistic friends and everyone in the world to kind of share in some creative vibrations.
Yeah.
And just sharing original content, original art, original ideas, and just inspiring one another to continue to be positive and continue to be creative during this time of COVID craziness.
Oh my gosh, Christian could do this too.
Yeah, absolutely.
He could get into his acro yoga. Oh my gosh, can you imagine? That would be so cool, Christian. If you want to do a video and submit it to us, we will totally shout you out with some acro yoga and some aerialistic cocoa climbing.
Right. Yeah, there's so many things that you can do.
So many things that we want to help support the island and support every artist that we've ever come in contact with.
Well, just anyone who's looking to be creative.
All of them. All of our creatives. So, so I think initially what I was thinking whenever it came to like rebroadcasting is that, of course, doing everything as live as we possibly can on Sunday the 13th. Yes. But for the rest of that week, I was wanting to rebroadcast like every single day on all platforms and just like
give it a real decent push.
Yeah, a huge push. Right. A huge push. And then I would love to see about like getting the statistics and everything to our artist friends as well, and like just kind of letting them know like what's been happening and what kind of feedback we're getting. And
like live updates sort of thing. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Wouldn't that be cool? So
we're still, as you guys are on this process with us, we're mulling over all these ideas, and some of them are sticking to the wall, and then others are just falling right off. So by the end of this, we'll have a nice recap, I'm sure, of all the things that went right and all the things that went wrong.
This is gonna be fun.
But guys, you gotta take risks, right? you gotta risk it. Gotta risk the biscuit.
You gotta risk the biscuit. Your southern showing, babe.
It's very much so showing.
Okay, so all of the submissions, like all those JPEGs, PNGs, our MP4s, movie files, all of those can be submitted to either DMing them to us at the Vibinwells. I think we're at the Vibinwells on all platforms. So however you search or use social media, you can find us. But also, if you guys are wanting to do something like Dropbox or WeTransfer or something, whatever you're most comfortable with sharing. If you do have like a larger file, if you are into the 15-minute kind of bracket
content length.
then I would definitely suggest using our email address, and then wherever you guys upload, we'll be able to get from there. So you don't have to worry about how big or
and if
whatever.
you have any technical issues with uploading or sending or anything like that, just
Let us know.
get in contact with us through those channels, either email
and we'll
or
try and
socials.
Help troubleshoot, and then we can also maybe even meet up with you, and we can do like a little flash drive, jump drive, zip drive transfer.
Yeah.
And that was it.
Yeah, thank you for being you.
Thank you for being you.
Thank you for inspiring us to do this.
Thank you so much. You guys are so inspiring. You guys are so uplifting. You guys push us to work harder. You guys are just amazing. And we're so grateful that you guys are true to being who you are and want to get it out and want to be vulnerable and let people in and just be real. I feel like artists are the most real kind of people. Like, they're unapologetically them, and it's so inspiring in a world
whether you love it or hate it.
Yeah, whether you love it or hate it. Like,
you're
you're just you, and I am just so grateful to know all of our artist friends. I am so grateful to have you guys in our lives.
I'm grateful for everyone in our lives, and I know you are too. And we're just so thankful that we just happen to have so many incredible people who are also artists, who are striving for their artistry in different unique ways and in big ways, some small ways, and all of it matters. No matter what your passion level is for the arts, or whatever ideas you may have for your own artistry or for your own path through creativity, even if it seems unmotivatedly, it's where it doesn't even seem like it's for the arts.
If you're a
creativity
parent,
matters.
You're an artist. Yeah. Like if you come into some kind of problem, you're an artist, because you're going to be able to solve it creatively. Like, everyone is creative. Everyone has some. Oh my gosh! Like Angel Foodie. Like whenever she comes up with all of these different, platings and all of these creative combinations and these nutritious items, it's like. Yes, like, that is art. That is being creative. It's a part of life, and it is life. I mean, she is a food artist. Yep. And it's so inspiring. Yeah. Like, photographers and videographers. Like, you guys have an eye.
Who are helping the artists shine.
Yeah.
And the ones you guys who are telling stories of beautiful weddings, beautiful moments between,
capturing
a beautiful
those
couple
moments.
That's sharing their love with the world, in a big way. That there's a lot of artistry behind that, and there's a lot of sacrifice that you have to go through to, have someone's day be presented in this beautiful light, through photography and videography, and that's just on the wedding side of things.
Totally.
Movie directors and
I was talking to
screenwriters.
Shay. Remember Shay? Shay Derek, Shay Bay, Shay Bada Boom, Shay.
Yep. So we've got a few more announcements to make about this Vibe Fair wonderful movement that's happening.
My Shay Bay. I love you so much.
Would you like to introduce?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Shay Derek. She is the owner-creator of Island Encore, and she is a phenomenal singer. She is a multitasker, if I've ever met one.
Also a fellow Texan.
A fellow Texan. And she is helping represent artists as well. And we reached out to her last week whenever Tony and I had this idea of Vibe Fair, and we had just sketched it out on a little sheet of paper, and then all of this came to be. But right before all of this came to be, and this flyer and everything, we had reached out to Shay, and Shay was like, yes, of course we're gonna partner, of course we're gonna collaborate. So
Shay's been one of our biggest supporters since we started our Island Vibe Studios
and thank you,
production
Scott,
business.
for having your studio
Scott Hardy.
and where we all got together. Man, just divine intervention, perfect timing.
So we'll be presenting Shay
Yeah.
and I'm sure a handful of her artists and the people that she would like to kind of champion during this time. We're hoping that she'll share some of her own art and original content because she's an amazing vocalist and songwriter as well.
Totally.
Among many other things.
I know, right?
But so Shay is on board and she'll be helping to kind of help us facilitate this and execute this vision.
Yeah.
We are excited to have on a few more collaborators who are going to be integral pieces to kind of pulling this big broadcast off.
Yeah.
And we just want to thank everyone who's inspired us up to this point.
Thank you.
Every artist that's out there live streaming every week, putting your art out there, whether it's just a live impromptu spontaneous performance of you beatboxing and making a song out of it, or making a beat from scratch and showing the process of that, painting in time lapse and showing all of these things matter, and help all the rest of us kind of get into a mindset and into an energy space that allows us to try to bring better and more fulfilled time to our lives.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Just kind of inspires us to create during the mundane and create during the times where it's like, well, I need to walk to the kitchen to put away a dish. And instead of just walking to the kitchen, you kind of dance. You kind of dance to the kitchen.
Right.
You get more groove. You get more elated. You get like this adrenaline and this endorphin kind of feel whenever you get inspired by another person.
Yeah.
And this vibe fair would not have happened had we not come into contact with each and every one of these artists that we have come in contact with.
Each and every one of you that have been on here supporting us and saying very kind things about the movements and things that we're trying to tap into and learn more about.
Yeah.
Every single follower who has chosen to click follow these people, it all means the world to us, and it keeps us moving. It keeps us moving. Keeps us wanting to do more and be more. Like, you guys just uplift us without even knowing that you do. But it really, really means the world to us to have your support and your energy and your time put towards, this idea. And this idea is to help support artists and to help inspire others and to create in a time that sometimes you just kind of feel defeated day by day. But if you create something, it'll last. And it'll inspire, and it will help the next generation. That's right. So thank you again for being you.
Thank you for being you. We love you guys so, so, so much. I think that if you guys have any other questions, or if you guys, really, if you have any questions, please let us know so that way we can kind of compile the frequently asked questions regarding Vibe Fair, and we can address those so that everybody else will be able to benefit from your question. And like I said, just DM us if you've got our numbers, call us or text message us, definitely with our email address, and like we said, on all platforms you should be able to find us at the Vibinwells.
This is your chance to share your art with the world, to share your story with the world, to share your love for the arts with the rest of this wonderful artistic community that's here all over the world. Virtually.
We are
and here. September 13th.
September 13th.
Join us for Vibe Fair. we are going to be continuing to give you more and more information as we go.
Yep.
Thank you again for spending your Sunday with us and getting through this nice, long, lengthy live stream of all the different ways you can contribute to Vibe Fair. And be on the lookout for more live streams, more information. And if you have any questions, get in contact with us.
Let us know. We love you guys. Thank you so much for spending your time and energy with us.
Milo's been here just chilling.
Milo he went to the park today.
And so he's a little pooped. He's a little pooped from the.
He's already had his little treat too. So he's full and happy. He is full and happy. So
we love you guys.
We love you.
You're important. You're worth it.
Thank you. You're beautiful. You're amazing.
You can do this. We can all make it through together.
Yeah, we can.
So let's do it.
Let's do it.
Till next time.
Till next time.
Woo!
Bye.
Much love.
Much love.